Welcome back to A Life Unpacked. Hi. Haven't talked to you in like forever. No, it's been like 2 weeks. I think the last vlog I posted was the week of my birthday. Since then, I have been in the office a lot for this project that we're working on. They've called us in for several meetings, different people flying in from like different parts of the country. But I think that's all done at this point. I think we are back to a normal routine for the most part. We'll see, at least on the work front. Now, I did get very sick. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm still struggling with it. Tracy was patient zero. So I think it was, so she got sick. She probably gave some form of it to Chris. Chris was with me in the office. Therefore, we've been sick. I probably got hit the worst. I've now going on a couple of weeks where I'm still dealing with the cough. They're fine. And Chris like barely got it, of course. And but some other people that were in the office have been sick from the people that flew in. So I don't really know. Maybe I got it from like the people that flew in. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Either way, yeah, I was not feeling good. I didn't want to vlog at all. The house became a mess because I just was too busy not bothering. I was busy taking care of myself. Now we are on the mend. It's a new week. I did take a little bit of footage from 4th of July, which I will probably have playing here over the top of me while I'm talking. But yeah, Chris and Tracy came over and they hung out because, we were sick. Jeff didn't come over. He didn't want to get his dad sick. I think I talked about this a little bit briefly in the last vlog now that I'm thinking about it. Like I said, it's been a couple of weeks now, so I don't remember what I've said and what I haven't said. But either way, Chris and Tracy came over. We had some food. We had some chicken thighs and spiral fries. And we had, a good little get together. So it was nice to see them.
I was feeling hopeless. I was feeling broken. Couldn't see where I was going. Almost fell apart. That is when I found you. You could see right through me. Pull me from the darkness. Save me from the start. I might be reaching for the stars, but whenever I'm with you, doesn't matter where I am. I follow the voices in my heart. I feel you're always here by my side. I know that you
Curious George?
Are you helping?
He's just curious. He's not helping.
Not helping at all.
이전엔 내가 아냐 난 돌아가지 않아 공허 있었던 그 수많은 밤을 말이야 아무도 없던 내게 따스히 다가와준 그 모든 의미를 난 잊지 않아 I might be reaching for the stars but whenever I'm with you doesn't matter where I am I follow the voices in my heart
4th of July spread. We got some chicken thighs and spiral fries. Salad. And then these are corn on the cobs. Yum. I'm struggling to, I feel like I've said all of this in the last vlog. So I'm kind of like, what did I say? And I've been doing that a lot as I'm getting older. I'm noticing like I forget what I've talked about, and I feel like I repeat myself a lot sometimes. So apologies if I did that, but anyway, another fun thing was I put the drone up on 4th of July. It was anticlimactic, probably my fault. I put it up a little bit early because I heard fireworks starting to go off, so I got excited and I was like, oh, I'm going to put it up. There were some nearby at the town center, but I missed the ones that were over on the lake. So, and I heard that those were really like large, so I probably should have honestly just waited a little bit longer, and I probably could have gotten some of the display at the lake, but either way, it was fun. I've learned my lesson for next year. Also, the battery doesn't last that long on the drone, so I only had like so long I was able to like be up and recording before I had to take it back down to charge it. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, new week. So but it's Monday. I am looking to get back into my regular routine today. I am going to start off the week with being out of my routine. So great. Lovely. Love that. I don't work today. I took the day off because originally my mom was supposed to go get dentures and I was going to like take her to that appointment and stuff. And then they moved the appointment and I just decided not to request back the day. I was like, I forget it. I'll just take the day off, which kind of works out because, I want to get back on that routine. So I would like to just like clean the house and have like a good reset of the place. And B, I need to do some blood work for a doctor's appointment I have next week. I need to also take Chris to the allergist. So while he's at the allergist, I'm going to run across the street to the blood lab, get my blood drawn. And then next Monday, I have a doctor's appointment just to check up and see how I started some new medication a couple of months ago. So this is just like a do the blood work, make sure you're still looking good type of situation. So yeah, so we got to go take care of that. I don't want to, but you know, we have to do things we don't like to do, especially when it comes to our health. Then I'm going to come back here. I want to do the dishes. I have some laundry to do. I would love to get some reading in today. I really want to finish my book, but I have like 100 pages left of it. And I don't know if I'm going to really like have enough attention focus to sit down and do that, but we'll see what happens. I would love to get for a walk today, although it's looking a little bit rainy, but I need to get some type of movement in. So if I can't get on a walk, then I would need to get on the bike, or maybe I can go down to the gym and maybe either walk on the treadmill or I don't know, whatever, some kind of other type of like low impact cardio, maybe the elliptical. Anyway, I've jabbered enough about this. Let's get this week started. Let's go get our blood drawn. Okay, that didn't go as planned. So I am back from bringing Chris to the allergist and getting my blood drawn. First of all, she hurt me so much. This hurts so bad, and normally they don't draw blood from like my forearm. I don't know what this girl was thinking, but it was painful, and I'm taking off the bandage now, and I'm probably going to be quite bruised from that one. But I went to go get in the car to go, and the car wouldn't turn on. And I had an error that came up on the screen, and it said brake system failure, anti-lock brake system failure, and emergency brake system failure. And I was like, oh my God. And then the car wouldn't like turn on at all. I was like, are you kidding me? And then I tried to turn it off, and it wasn't turning off. And I was like, oh my God. So that's fun. So I called Jeff, woke him up. He started work today at 9:00. So I did wake him up at like 7:30. So I woke him up a little early. I made him bring his dad's car over here. So then that way I could then drop him off at his dad's house and then take the car and go and do all the stuff that I need to get done. So that's what we did. So now I have Phil's car, which pretty much is our car now because he can't drive. So I have that car, And I already called the Honda dealership, and they have we have a tow truck coming to pick it up between 11 and 11:30. And they're going to give me a loaner car, so we at least have the 2 vehicles again. I can return this vehicle back over to Phil's house. I don't like to keep this vehicle too long. This is so a little bit of Nicole and Jeff lore. During COVID, we got rid of our second vehicle because as 2 remote employees, we really didn't see a point of having 2 vehicles. And if for some reason we needed 2 vehicles, we had his parents 5 minutes away. I have, my grandparents, they have like a bazillion vehicles, and there's always plenty of vehicles in the family around that I could get a vehicle for a day if I needed it. So we just got rid of our second vehicle. I sold it to my mom, and we went down to the 1 vehicle. So now, fast forward, 5 or 6 years later here, we now have just still the 1 vehicle. And then now that Phil's has a CRV, so it's a little bit of a larger vehicle, and he's got a handicap plate on it and stuff for him. But he has, since Jeff moved over there, he has not been able to walk properly, so therefore he can't drive. So now we're thinking about either taking over. Well, what we'll probably do is leave the vehicle in Phil's name and just deal with it that way. That way he could still keep it as a handicapped vehicle, because it is nice having it handicapped for when we have to take him to doctor's visits and such. He does need those spaces. He's in a wheelchair now. So I don't like keeping that vehicle more than I need to. So the Honda dealership is going to give me a loaner, so I will be able to then at least return this vehicle back over there. I know he has a doctor's appointment this week, so I want to make sure that we are not taking his vehicle from him and what he needs to get done. So that's a fun thing to deal with on my day off. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to eat something, because I'm starving now from fasting for blood work. I'm going to eat, I'm going to get some coffee, I'm going to read for about an hour until they get here, and then hopefully I'll be able to get that loaner vehicle either later this afternoon or in the early evening. So we'll take you along. We'll see what we get for a loaner vehicle. Okay, so more drama of the day. Okay, so the tow truck driver got here for the car. He starts to back in, and he goes, "Let me go take a look at your car." And I said, "Okay, here." I give him the key. He gets in the car. I go, "Watch, it's going to turn on because you're trying it." He tries to turn it on. It doesn't turn on, thank goodness. But it did come up with the screen flashed, and it didn't really turn on. It went to accessory mode. He goes, "I think your battery might be having an issue." And he opened up the hood, and he goes, "Oh God, your battery's so old." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think we've ever changed the battery." And it's like a 6 or 7 year old car. And he's like, "Well, I'm going to jump it and see what happens." So he did. He hooked up like a jumper system to it, and he turned on the car. It turned on. So he's like, "Well, do you need a tow?" And I was like, "No, I'm going to drive it to the dealership." So I drove it to the dealership and I dropped it off, and they gave me an Uber to come back home. So the car is there at the dealer. I'm not getting a rental car, or I'm not getting like a loaner car from them now. Well, we're going to see what's going to happen. Hopefully they'll be able to fix it. I assume they're just going to like put in a battery and be done with it. So let's hope for that, because I don't want to have to pay for more than I really need to. It should hopefully be under warranty either way. But so now we just had lunch, and Asher is staring at me like he wants to go outside, but he was just outside. I'm going to settle in and get some reading done. I have a super huge headache now from dealing with all this. So I'm going to, I think, make a coffee and sit down and read. I'm like 50 pages to finishing my book. So I'm just going to finish it and get it over with. I want this book to be done. I've been reading it for a couple weeks now. So, yeah, and then we will get the car back this afternoon. So what an eventful day off. All right, so I got a loaner vehicle. They actually gave me a pretty nice car. I have a 2026 Honda CR-V. Phil's car's a Honda CR-V, but it's like a 2023. So this is kind of like an updated model. So it's like super nice. Yeah, so this is what they gave us. It looks so big in the garage compared to the car, but I love the color of it. Nice color. It's fun to drive a new vehicle for a couple of days. But I'm ready to have mine back already. It is the next day. I have you a little higher than normal because I'm working on cleaning the kitchen. This house has been a disaster since I got sick. I just haven't been putting things away. I haven't been cleaning things properly. I just haven't had the stamina for it. I'm feeling a little bit okay this morning, so I'm going to try to see how much I can get done. I have already started, so I'm a little bit already like, ugh, how much more can I go? But I kind of cleaned off this counter a little bit. I took out some boxes. I cleaned the breakfast nook area up, just like decluttering. I didn't deep clean anything. I'm just trying to declutter and mostly get the surfaces back into a same place. So we'll see how much I can get done. Gonna put on some music. I have some laundry finally going. I haven't done laundry in like 3 weeks, so.
Can please me. I want somebody who cares. I need a lover who never leaves me. I need somebody who cares. I've been searching my life, I just couldn't find it. The special someone to give me my heart. I've been searching my life, but then I found it. Now I won't let you out of my sight. I wanna keep this feeling forever and ever. I'm there when you need me, whenever, whenever. Keep this feeling forever and evermore. I wanna keep this feeling. I'm there when you need me. Keep this feeling forever
Okay, so I got this half of the kitchen cleaned. You saw me, I took all the things off, cleaned all the crumbs underneath, vacuumed because all the crumbs ended up on the floor. And we have Miss Ma'am who will come over and eat the crumbs off the floor if we don't. Now, I did clean the grates on the stove with a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend. I just did that at the sink. It was messy, so I didn't want to like move the camera and touch the camera and all that stuff. But this side's looking great. I love it. I do still need to do this side. I've got some dishes. I emptied the dishwasher and I cleaned the front of the refrigerator and I realized my camera had stopped recording. So cool. But the rest of this, I'm going to leave for a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of a rest because I am still recovering still from my cold and I do feel a little bit, winded. I don't want to burn myself out. And then I have a couple of things in here to take care of, some papers that need to get shredded. But the laundry is done. I did clean up the laundry room a little bit. This is Jeff's baskets going over to his place and then my laundry that I'm doing there. I cleaned this up and organized all the cat food down here out of the box. Got the top mostly cleaned off. And then I cleaned up this table and wiped it down. I'm leaving the cat carrier out because Echo actually has a follow-up appointment for her. She had her teeth cleaned a couple of weeks ago and she's got a follow-up appointment. And if I take the bag out, she like panics. So I take it out a couple days early and leave it on a space that she's usually at. So she kind of gets used to it. It's a little easier to get her into it. So one of the things I've been doing to relax lately is I've been working on this book called The Killer is in Alice. This is like, if I don't want to be on the computer or like maybe I just want to watch like a YouTube channel or a podcast or something, like I'll pull this out. But basically what this is it's hard to do one-handed. Here, let me set up the camera. Okay, so basically what this is it's a book that is just full of names. As you can see, it is just like pages and pages and pages of names. A lot of the times the names do repeat and there are chapters. So let me just go here. I just saw a chapter. There it is. So there are chapters to it, which is kind of weird. But basically if you go to the front here, there's a little bit of a story about what's happening. And then you have this list of things that are like the first one, for example, the killer's name is no longer than 3 letters. So you go through and you basically cross off every name that is not 3 letters because the killer can't be a 3-letter name. So I've done different prompts in different colors. So then that way if I miss one, but I just go through and just highlight based on what the prompt is. And eventually out of all of these names, one name will be the killer at the end. It's obviously going to take forever. I mean, it's how many pages of this? 200 pages of names. And then they have like a QR code where you can submit your answer. And I assume that it'll tell you if you're correct or incorrect. And that's basically it. It does have some hints because like one of the things is like the name is on a page with the Beatles name. And if you don't know who the Beatles are, then like the names are provided there for you. List of presidents, Kardashians. So that's kind of the key, but it's an interesting little book just to kind of go through. And I just take my time. I sit down and here's the three-letter name. I just go through and highlight away. There you go. The sky is so wild outside right now. It is like this crazy yellow orange color. There are some wildfires up in Canada and we are straight in the path of the smoke blowing towards us. It's kind of weird, but I am about to head to my physical therapy appointment for my shoulder. This will be my first one. I'm excited to do it. It hurts today, probably because I worked out yesterday and we did do a little bit of shoulder exercises and it felt good once I was working out to get into it. But now today I'm like, it hurts. Everything that I do is uncomfortable and I feel it. So I'm hoping they give me some good exercises to be able to incorporate into my shoulder, especially when it's feeling this way. Let's see what else we have going on. Nothing really too wild. I will probably see you next when we make some dinner tonight. Let's see what we're making. Wednesday dinner is turkey and zucchini skillet. Although, you know what? I think I used all of my turkey. Uh-oh. That's okay. We'll just shift. I have some venison pulled out that I was going to cook up for Jeff and Phil, but they actually have other plans. So I'm going to say I will use the venison in place of the turkey. And so it's going to be turkey, zucchini, tomatoes, and some low-fat shredded mozzarella cheese. So that'll be pretty yummy. So we'll make that when I see you next. Back from physical therapy. I can tell you that was a fantastic experience. So she had me do a couple of exercises with a resistance band. I have an app that they communicate to me with, and I have to do these exercises once a day. So it's 4 different exercises. So I just got back from physical therapy, and that was fantastic. I have an app now that they use, and she's got me doing like 4 different exercises once a day. So those are in the app, and I can like communicate to her and stuff. Yeah, that is, she did, so we did those exercises, and then she did like, I want to say it was like a deep tissue massage on my shoulder blade in the back, because the shoulder blade connects to this. So my problem is I have tendonitis in my rotator cuff. So the shoulder blade affects this part, and I'm holding my shoulder blade on my left side like higher as a result. So by relaxing the shoulder blade, it should relax my shoulder. So we did that. She did that massage for maybe about 15 minutes, and then I did electrotherapy, I guess. They hooked up a bunch of electrodes to my shoulder and pumped some electricity through it with heat. And that was so nice. Right now I can, go back. Like before, if I brought my arm back this way, right here would be causing me like so much pain. It's uncomfortable now, which is the same as when my arm was like straight down. But right now, if my arm is straight down, I don't feel anything. There's no discomfort or pain or anything. I only feel it when I go back to where it was really painful. So that's amazing. But anyway, let's make some dinner. We're just going to kind of throw all this together in a pan. It's not going to be anything too fancy. This is a piece of backstrap from a deer that my sister got this past winter. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe just cut this into little medallions. Let's do a little salt and pepper and some garlic powder. And I'm just going to cook it in a little coconut oil. So that is into the pot here. Give it a little taste test here. Here we go. We've got everything in one little bite. Very hot. Yeah, not bad. I would say I could use a little bit more like some kind of spice, maybe some more garlic powder. So I might just sprinkle some of that on top. But I kind of went light with it. I didn't know how overpowering like everything would be together. But I do think the meat could use a little bit more garlic, maybe a touch more salt. But it's good. I like it. So I'm at the gym. It is now Saturday, the end of the week. This week I don't quite feel like I got quite back into the logging very well. I I did a few things here and there, but I really think I could have been more creative with it, and I just wasn't. I don't know, I'm just like a little out of it still. But that's okay. We're gonna still put it out because this is life. This is what, you know, some weeks there's just not much going on. The end of the week, well, like halfway through the week, things kind of took like a little bit of a sideways tilt. Jeff's dad ended up in the hospital. He has type 1 diabetes and he is 83 years old. So the fact that he has lived this long with type 1 diabetes is pretty amazing. And he had a it's kind of gross, so I don't really want to go into it too much, but his toe basically turned purple and he did end up in the hospital and they did remove the toe yesterday. Now he's going to remain in the hospital for a little bit longer. He has to have an angioplasty done in order to open up circulation to his foot to help promote healing. Because again, with the diabetes, he has very bad circulation in his legs. So he's going to be in the hospital a little bit longer. Jeff is obviously still staying at the house, taking care of the dog in the house. And we're going to be going to visit him later today. And then we're going to go to probably the mill for dinner. So we'll take you along to that and take a look at that. There's some nice specials out that we're pretty excited about. But aside from that, my physical therapy has been going good on my shoulder. I am a little nervous today as body balance, and we do a lot of like downward dogs, and I'm not supposed to be doing anything like really heavy above my shoulders, like with my shoulders up. So I looked up a couple of things online that I can do instead of downward dogs. But I can still participate. So I'm hoping that I can still do a lot of the things in the class and then just alter what I need to alter. That's my hope. Anyway, my battery is about to die on my camera, so shocker that. I'm going to go in, do body balance class. So we'll catch you later for some food at the mill. Bye. We're home from the mill. We had a great time as always. It was nice to go out and have some dinner, and we haven't done that in a while, so that was kind of nice. But I think that's it for this week. Let's say goodbye. Hopefully next week we'll be a little bit better at getting back into the thing and vlogging and doing all the things. So thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.